I didn't even get to Teddy versus Artie from yesterday.
I know.
I kind of thought Artie was a little out of line.
It sounds like Artie's kind of a tyrant.
Listen, ultimately, I was breaking his chops, but I said it would. In this case, it would have been me going, "Wow, that's impressive." But the fucked up thing is, I've met assistants of other people where they go, "It's unbelievable how great they are," and
Yeah,
I held him to a higher standard. But then he started saying stuff that you should just never say to a boss.
I kind of dug him. He was saying like, you know what, Artie?
Yeah.
I remember you hired Teddy to fill music on your iPod.
Right, that was the initial
and then the mail.
And then to open your mail. And then all of a sudden now he's morphing into your everything go-to guy.
No.
But he's got a full-time job here.
No.
And he even said to you, Artie, I'm not devoted to you because I can only do it part-time. And originally,
no, we had to. You're not saying correct things right now.
I'm not.
No, we had discussions off the air where he became my assistant in every way. I needed him, and he's compensated for it. And it's he's taken care of. I realized that I did say, look, your job here has to come first because that's just how it is. But I mean. I was breaking his balls with this. I didn't really expect him to fucking think of reminding me about the wedding, and I enjoy busting his chops. But there's times he's dropped the ball, I think, and I bust his balls too much.
So here from the wrap-up show yesterday is, in case you missed it, I had missed it, and I heard these clips, and I thought they were worth playing. It's Artie and his assistant Teddy. And Artie, upset that he missed the big wedding, Isaac's wedding. And
right.
He's trying to
blame Teddy for it.
A little bit, yeah. Here, listen to this.
I'm going to bring up something a little uncomfortable, Artie. Mm-hmm. And I have to because you brought it up on the air this morning. And I know we're all in the same room. And I'm not picking on anybody, but you do have a personal assistant.
Right.
So what happened there? Is this part of his job or not necessarily?
I don't know, Ted. Is this part of your job?
If I was asked to remind you about something, I would have.
Did you tell him to remind you? Because if you didn't tell him, then you can't. No,
really again, he got in touch with me through Isaac to get back to him with an RSVP about whether I was going by myself or not, like about 10 days. So he was aware that I had a wedding to go to, and he gives me a schedule. Did you put that on any schedule?
No, I never knew when it was. I just knew to ask you if you're going alone or not alone. That was it.
Right, but that was a major discussion.
Yeah, you just told me, tell Isaac I'll be there, not with a guest.
See, this is where he whined. This is where I want to strangle him. Look, because he's acting like a bitch.
Look, if I worked for you full time, I would probably all day think about, what does Artie have to do now? What does Artie have to do now?
You make up my schedule.
Yeah, your part-time stand-up road schedule and a couple of interviews here and there. Not your daily, I got to get up at this time schedule.
That's what a personal assistant does.
Well, then fine. Then whatever. Then that's not...
Gary, do you see what I'm dealing with here?
No.
Am I raising my voice?
I'm done with this conversation. It wasn't my fault that you slept through a wedding.
Ted is done with this conversation.
That's it.
So now Ted is done with the conversation. So where do I go from here? Yeah. If you were my assistant,
that's great.
And someone said to you, could you find that if Artie's coming to my wedding alone or not? As someone who does my schedule, would you have said, by the way, when is that wedding? And when they told you the wedding, would you have put that on my schedule and made a note to maybe let me know about it?
You're asking me?
Yeah, you.
Gary, yes, I would have, because I know that organization isn't your strong suit.
It's the biggest area I need help in.
So it's funny to me because Teddy. I don't think it's really been clear what Teddy's supposed to be doing for Artie in Teddy's defense.
But how would you know that, though?
I get that vibe that it's sort of this quasi job, like it's sort of hazy. It's
nothing was hazy. Blurry. Nothing was hazy.
Like is he supposed to like Artie doesn't even have email?
Up my schedule.
Artie doesn't even. Sometimes you can't reach him on the phone. So how do you even get his schedule?
Did you hear the part where Teddy sat in a car for 2 hours?
Yeah, here I'll play this for you.
I love this.
I don't know if I have that clip, but listen to this clip. This is good. This is Artie complaining that he's disorganized and Teddy claiming he is disorganized as well.
Right, the two disorganized people.
And that I get what I pay for.
Right, this is great.
You want to get awkward, Gary? Do you think Ted is a good assistant?
No. But I've told Ted that.
Right.
I don't think he's an awful... I think
why?
Because I see times...
In what areas does he need help?
An area like this, I see times where Ted can anticipate your needs, and he may not do that, or he may not be as thorough, but that's because Ted's never done it before.
Right.
I'm sorry, Ted.
No, you're absolutely right, Gary. When he asked me to do this a year ago, I took the job, but I'm just like you, man. I'm so disorganized anyway. This is not the best thing for me to be doing.
So then, why would you want to become an assistant?
I thought I could do it. I figured I'd get the hang of it. I didn't realize what I was getting myself into.
Maybe it seemed like a cool thing to come to a few gigs and hang out.
I can handle a lot of it.
And answer fan mail.
I can handle a lot of it. I can do a lot of it. But man, I mean, you are like, it's tough.
See, I've been with Artie a bunch of times, and the one thing you don't want to have when you have an assistant is you never want to have a doubt. You don't want to say, gee, when I step off the helicopter, will the car be there? I'm not blaming this one of you. I'm just giving you an example.
And you don't want to say, you don't want to have an assistant who goes, listen, I'm really disorganized.
Well, it's true. I'm not going to lie anymore. I'm not the most organized person.
You don't have to lie anymore. I'm finding that out.
Your honesty is admirable, I think, Teddy, but that was just not the right thing to say.
Look, I mean,
that would be like me going to Howard a year in. Look, Howard, I'm just not funny. I'm not funny. You know.
All right, I get it. All right. So I maybe just buried myself.
You sound like a dumb guy there.
I don't care because
I know
there's a problem with it.
I know you're not organized.
I hate the way I feel inside now. I just hate this feeling and this uneasiness, this uncomfortable. He needs to hire someone better.
Well, I'm not even saying I would do that. I'm just saying
I think you should.
You can see by blurting out that you're not organized.
I know, but I don't think
I
I'm
have
going
to take issue with.
Yeah, and look, maybe we can work on certain things, but as far as being as organized as you want me to be, I can guarantee you now I'll never be that organized ever.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Way to sell yourself.
And then he tells Artie that. He's getting what he pays for.
If I gave you the 80 grand, what time frame can I expect you to get organized in?
A month.
So now you
4
could
weeks.
see yourself.
I quit here,
right.
And you become my primary focus on everything.
Wow,
that's it. That's it. I wake up and that's it.
So you'd be dedicated to just fucking up my life.
Yes, messing up everything. But I would be. You would be the only thing that I ever, which is another situation because I'm not sure if I want to put myself in that. Like I don't want now everything to be all you because
that's what life is, Ted. When you take a job, there's pressure. In other words, like when Howard took this job, he took a lot of money.
You don't understand.
But he's guaranteeing them I'll do a good show. When I take a job, when I take a stand-up job every week, they give me a lot of money, don't they?
Yes.
And I guarantee them I'll put on a show.
And that's why
That's what life is.
I know, it's okay.
You got to step up and go, look, dude, I promise you I will, if you give me this amount of money, I will be your guy. I can't have a gray area there.
No, there's no gray area there. It's just, the only gray area is whether or not, if I want to do it. That's it. If I should tell you to get someone else, or if I should make you pay me more money to do a better job. I mean, that's it. It's. I don't know what to do. I need to decide. It's really what I want to decide.
The work level I'm getting now is so at this price I'm only guaranteed this quality.
Artie, you're getting what you're paying for. You're getting what you're paying for. I knew this would all come to a head one day, and I'm sorry.
It's not coming to a head. I'm sorry.
I'm not the best at my job. I never claimed to be. That's it. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to quit? Do you want me to just leave?
But I'm almost trying to train you that later in life. Like, I mean, you look what you're saying. You're just buckling under and going, I'm not good.
I might fold under questioning. Yeah. Yes.
All right. Well,
yeah, definitely don't hand him any of the contraband when the cops come.
I mean, Jesus.
What? I'm broken now.
Wow. You broke the kid.
It was great.
No, but in his defense, I mean, I don't think he ever was like an assistant, like someone who takes.
He has another job.
By the way, I didn't ask him to do this. He very aggressively came to me and said, "I want to be your assistant."
Yeah.
But the thing that I was talking about, at one point, Teddy said it was impossible to work for Artie because Artie won't stay in touch. Artie won't answer phone calls.
Well, yeah, because I know for me, I have assistants. I have assistants on top of assistants and stuff, and I got Laura, she's like the numero uno assistant. But the fact of the matter is, I still have to keep my own schedule. Mm-hmm. If I don't, I'm constantly like, Laura, what do I have to do? It keeps me out of control. Like, there's some things you still have to do for yourself.
But what I'm saying is Teddy then said, Artie said to him, be at my apartment at a certain time. So Teddy comes to the apartment. Right. He can't get in. He starts calling Artie on the phone. Artie doesn't answer the phone. He sits
Sometimes I just don't feel like hearing his voice.
Sits there for 2 hours in the car.
Oh, that was his job
and then he finally gets Artie on the, and he's complaining.
That's
I sat here
crazy.
for 2 hours, and Artie says that's what I needed you to do at that
Teddy
time.
says it's bullshit. Artie asked him to be his assistant. Come in here, Teddy, and take that up with Artie then, if you want.
I remember differently.
Let's see what Teddy has to say. Teddy,
I don't have.
what?
There's my organized assistant. You look like a roadie
That
for
was
the Allman
pretty
Brothers.
much the worst thing ever. Listening to that back, Howard. I can't do this. Like when I got put on the spot like that.
No, I know. I was being a little cruel
And
there. I
you
was
did
busting
ask
your
me to
chops.
do this. I didn't aggressively come to you. You invited me to your apartment on my birthday and said, "Look, you know,
What?
yeah, that was
was your birthday.
Because I remember it was my birthday.
Well, I mean, what does that
that's
have to
why
do with
he
right
knows
now?
I got
today.
hired by you. No, I mean, it went from fan mail to saying, "Look, I could really use someone to come around." It was kind of a mutual agreement, but whatever. I mean,
he was comfortable with you. And
look, and I like doing it. It's just tough because he's not like we don't.
But
have
let me just, can I
a set
explain
system.
stuff? You're not playing, first of all, that tape is incredibly edited, and you're not playing everything
Right.
there. Can I tell him what happened New Year's Eve when you worked for me?
When I got drunk?
Yeah.
Yeah. You told it yesterday.
Well, I mean, again, that wasn't played here. But
yeah, go ahead.
So I big gig New Year's Eve, right, in Philadelphia,
Right.
and it's a big money gig, and I tell them, look, I'm on stage. It's your job to go get paid and make sure the other comedians are paid. And that's something I need you to do. That's a task.
Okay.
And then make sure the limo's all set because it's a crazy rainy night.
he was drunk, though.
Ted brings his girlfriend. He gets ossified.
right.
Okay, ossified drunk. And,
That's not cool.
And right, so now
No,
I'm
he's
scrambling.
working,
I'm
yeah.
scrambling around. I find the promoter. I'm like, is this the right amount? Because my assistant's drunk. So I need to know if this is the right amount. Yeah, I'm doing all that busy work. And then finally, when all that's done, we get in the limousine. It's me, Teddy, and his girlfriend.
Right.
Okay? Now, I just want to decompress. I just did a big show, and I want to sit in the back of the limo and maybe listen to
Just
like
chill, yeah.
my iPod and just chill out. Instead, for 2 hours, I have Teddy and his girlfriend, who are like the cast of Real World from hell. Two 25-year-olds arguing about their drunken 25-year-old life. And like, you just don't want me to go to work, right? And she wanted to go to her work in Hoboken to meet some people. You don't want me to go to work because you don't like, no, I want to go to work. I almost fucking kicked them out of the limo. Right? I mean, I almost kicked them out of the limo twice. And then I said to Ted the next day, I said, Ted, why did you get drunk? He goes, it was New Year's Eve. I go, well, what if the limo driver got drunk?
Right.
Because it's New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
I mean, you were working, and he
So,
goes,
let me ask you
he goes to me, all right, I dropped the ball there. So that's one of, like, you know.
So it sounds to me like maybe you're ready to graduate to someone who is a professional personal assistant.
Right.
And maybe Teddy isn't really wanting to go in that career path. That this was kind of a fun thing to earn some extra money. It started out kind of light. Now it's turning into a real job.
But you see, I like the kid. I'm actually worried about him in life. I don't think I don't know what he's going to do.
Teddy,
All right.
Teddy, do you want to quit the job and have Artie get some professional? Maybe you're ready for a whole different level.
I'm just to be fair. I mean, obviously, I don't want I don't want the pay cut. I don't want anything. I need I love what I do.
He desperately.
But-
see, the
but-
other
but-
problem
right,
with his
right,
life
Would
is
it be fair if you could just go along in this incompetent manner?
It's not fair at all. It's not fair.
No, okay.
And he deserves it deserves better.
What if he just paid you and you didn't have to do anything?
Well, you
no,
see,
I mean-
that's what. And the other thing that bothers me is like these. Like it was his birthday. And I just gave him a nice gift and.
Right, what do
nice
you want?
bonus.
You know what?
And now he brings this up where he might want to quit after that happened.
No, I
You know,
fault
that's
you.
That's bullshit.
I fault you, Artie. You haven't told me the job description. What is it you want Teddy to do?
Well, it's tasks that you would assume a personal
What
assistant.
are they? What is
Well,
his
I mean,
job?
to a comedian on the road, stuff like I talked about when we're at the gig, organizing who gets paid what.
Cars, planes.
Making sure the car is there when it's supposed to be. And definitely putting together, at the very least, if it's not a personal schedule, a work schedule.
So does he do any of that?
He does, but in other words, like, enough fuck-ups happen to where I can't trust it, Howie.
Right, so you have to
in other
double
words, like,
check.
I'll tell us because we're talking about this. Yesterday, after all that happened, he calls me up and he goes, all right, I got your schedule, man. I'm right. We're back to work. That's what he says to me. It's
Right,
like,
good. That's a good attitude.
So he goes, all right, so now coming up, you got this, you got that, don't owe me, because this is what, this is
One
what
mistake,
happens.
bad day.
No,
Bad day.
it's not one mistake. It's like, he goes, so you got this gig coming up October 5th. You got this October 9th. You got to tell me what the comedians are. You got Detroit next weekend, September 15th.
Okay, that sounds efficient.
All this stuff. He goes, but then, dude, really quick, you're doing that corporate gig. I agreed to a corporate gig on a rare, I'm doing somebody a favor. Okay. So on a rare work night, I'm going to do stand-up at a corporate party.
Got it.
And he goes, listen, dude, he knows those are stressful for me. He goes, that's coming up next week. That's September 12th. So we got to get going with that. And that's what he leaves on my answering machine. So I start thinking, and this is just in my head, I'm going, that gig isn't September 12th. It's October 9th. I just remember it's October 9th. Like, just my memory. So now I'm thinking, did the guy call and change it to September 12th? Because, A, if the guy did that, I want to punch him in the face. And B, if Teddy agreed to change that date without speaking to me.
What's wrong with him?
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. So I go, Ted, the first thing I say to him, I go, first of all, Ted, I got your message. That corporate gig, is it September 12th? He goes, yeah, man. I go, Ted, I really don't think it is, man. I think it's October 9th. He goes, no, I got it right here. I got it in my notes.
All right.
So I go, Ted, listen, just do me a favor. Check the emails. Is it October 9th? He goes, fine. I'll go. So this is the attitude. He goes, fine. I'll go through the emails. I get that. Like, fine. I'll go through the emails.
All right.
And he goes through and he goes, wow, yeah, it's October 9th. And
how do you do that, Ted? What happened there?
Like Howard, we're talking about a difference in. Like, now I'm thinking this guy called and changed the date.
That's not good.
A corporate gig, I have to get material and write special material.
Then you start saying to yourself, well, gee, what else did he screw up?
Absolutely.
And I've got to double check everything.
And this is after that happened on the air.
So, Ted, maybe this isn't your kind of work.
Maybe not. I mean, I like the challenge in it, though, because I do good work.
But Ted, the challenges may be fucking up every once in a while.
These are how the phone calls go. See, you guys are missing the one key element.
Ted,
it's like,
but you got to understand
verbally, it's like I'm sitting there like shaking because I'm so worried about.
But he needs you to be the responsible one.
Yeah, well, how about maybe I need some help.
So
I
you
need to
an
know.
assistant?
Well, no,
to figure out if it's
kind of help?
No. I need help. Like, how about we did something permanent, like a weekly meeting?
Well, would that help you get October 9th versus September 12th?
I mean, my Google Calendar or something. I mean,
do you have a calendar?
Yeah, I use it. A Google Calendar. It's like on my lap.
The other thing you told me, are you sure?
When the guy wrote you a note and he said September 12th is the date or October 9th is the date, do you write it down immediately?
I put it right in the calendar.
So how did you get September?
I must have just got dragged up into that date. I swear. That was
then he starts giving me computer
really
stuff.
Maybe you should write it down.
Day.
I keep a book, a regular written.
So if an assistant did that with you once. And got drunk on New Year's Eve, and maybe some other things that I won't even get into.
No.
Like, would you trust that the schedule he now gives me is gold?
No, I would make my own schedule.
And do you realize if in my memory I didn't realize that, I would have had to start scrambling to write jokes, and then
it would have been a disaster.
You know what I mean? So.
Well,
but again, the other problem with Teddy is,
I think you should keep your own schedule, number one. That's my thought, but you're right.
I do. This is a backup. This is a total backup.
The backup's got to be rock solid.
It's clear I keep my own schedule because I knew the fuck up.
One mistake a year, okay, but this is too many mistakes. So maybe this isn't for you, Teddy.
Maybe, yes, but they have an issue here. This is not his full-time job. And Artie needs somebody full time.
The problem is,
do you want to have a full time career as Artie's assistant?
See, that's a huge crossroads because I don't know. That's something I didn't come here to get a job at Sirius to become Artie's assistant. So now it's
the problem is Ted's life.
I don't know which way to go.
Ted's life is ruled by money.
Of course.
Okay, but in a different, like he's got himself, I won't go into details, but he's in a corner like a lot of young people in this country.
Why are you in such a corner?
Well, no, I got in a little bit of credit card trouble too. Nothing crazy.
Why do you live above your means? Are there things, lifestyle you
he lives above? Like
actually, I got to tell you something. I never made any money. Now you look at me, oh, gee.
Right.
I never had any money. Never lived above my means.
Right.
I lived in a dive.
Right.
You see?
Yeah, well, I mean, I live... What is it you're spending money on? Well, I've been supporting two of us.
He's got no money.
I live with my girlfriend who has, been
going
through school.
Why are you with a girl who's in school and supporting her? Where are her parents?
Well, her parents are here, but we just live together.
That's
ridiculous. She gets somehow.
Howard, he drives. How much is the motorcycle you drive? He has a brand new motorcycle.
Oh yeah, then
why do you have a brand? I would never buy a brand new motorcycle with a guy with.
He's broke, Howard. He's beyond broke.
It's like $9,000.
$9,000.
Yeah. $9,000 is too much.
That's a lot of money
for a motorcycle.
Yeah, well.
And when I say, why do you have that in your life? See, but don't you understand how, now, again, look,
Yeah,
I like the kid too, but if he has money issues, it somehow is going to affect my life.
That's
do you
right.
understand?
Absolutely,
Yes.
yeah.
He might need money in advance sometimes. He might, you know what I mean? Like, whatever happens. But
That's not good.
And so that worries me.
All right.
That worries me.
Marianne from Brooklyn, you're on the air. What is it, Marianne?
Artie, you know, your whole life is ruled by money. You were making plenty of mistakes. The only thing you could do is make a living. You can't keep an employee. You can't keep a friend. You can't keep a girlfriend, a wedding date. And you know what? You started Teddy out with this big grand salary. Everybody was jealous. And now, once again, you want to pull it away from him.
I don't want to pull it away from Marianne. I have given him you know how many people would have fired Teddy by now? You know how many people would have fired him on New Year's Eve?
Everyone.
Second chance,
Yeah.
Teddy, Dana, your mother, Howard.
My mother's in my life.
Yeah, we didn't fire her.
That woman's gotten too many second chances.
She
A bong
hasn't
hit, Eric.
fired
You're on
her.
the air.
Hey now.
Hey now.
Artie, you know what you need?
You
Artie.
bong hit, Eric?
Yeah, it's me. It's been a while. Listen, you need an assistant who specializes in miserable, pudgy, barely shaved, enormous face, self-absorbed, depressed blimps.
Is there anybody who hasn't?
whining, selfish, pompous, pretentious ass baby?
No,
Is there
I
anybody
do.
who hasn't looked at the letter on HowardStern.com, Artie's letter?
hilarious.
It's hilarious.
No, but see, that's the thing. I do, in a way. I don't need another guy like me.
Right.
No,
Teddy
you
is
need-
sort of like
So
me.
maybe you and Teddy have to sit down. Either Teddy takes on a full-time job, or maybe you really are interested
But you
in a
see, the
full-time
problem is
assistant.
Ted that's going to throw his life into chaos.
No,
and
it's
I've
not.
become sort of friendly with him. Ted, it will, dude.
No.
You have a lot of money problems. right
Look,
now.
that's my problem. Don't worry about
And
it.
I can't have you sobbing sometimes about money.
I'm not going to come to you and
But
say,
you
look
do,
hard,
Ted.
look
You
hard.
do, and it's like other people have come to me at gigs and say, because you're my assistant, you get drinks from them. You know what I mean? Like
Oh,
stuff
my
like that gets
goodness.
back to me. And
What? Because you're... What?
Whatever. Forget
No,
it.
I mean,
all
no,
right.
look.
I don't know.
I think you need somebody definitely more professional at this. I do. I'm
That's-
saying
I
it here
admire
for the
you
7
saying
million
that.
people.
No, but
And I'm willing to take any repercussions, and if that's
And
a
you're
financial
saying-
one,
But
then
what
so
are
be
the?
it.
if
Of
you
course, the
became a full-
repercussions are financial.
Fine, then that's
You
fine.
want me to pay you for nothing?
You?
No, but look, Art, I'm saying that it's
he's
taken
a
a lot of
sweet
courage
kid.
for me to
He
come
is
in
a
here and
sweet
say
kid. I
that.
like
I
him.
can't do it.
That's why he's not.
I
fired
can't
yet.
do it. I mean, like, the stress. I can't even talk to you on the phone. It's like, ring,
That's the other thing. He tells me I'm. He's
Oh, you're like, ah! You know, like, what? You know, like, Art, hey, it's Ted. I just gotta, you got the, and by this point, fuck a schedule. I don't even know what day it is. By this point, it's like, what do you want? You're like,
But it's unprofessional. But it's
and then I'm
unprofessional.
sitting there like, and then I just fucking, and then of course I get the,
See,
and then
I would enjoy
and then
this
it's
job. That's so
backpedaling.
funny.
It's 2 steps forward and 17 back.
It is funny.
And I'm sitting there going, oh, and I'm walking
And
around my
not Ted
apartment
is,
like this.
of course, Ted has become like everyone who brushes up against Howard. They become a little bit of a celebrity. So
Right.
of course now Ted has become a bit
How
of a
about when
celebrity.
you bring me out on stage in front of 3,500 people and have them chant homo? How about that?
No,
And it's on YouTube and all my friends email it to me.
They chanted it.
Am I bitching about it?
And I did
No.
a disclaimer. They chanted it. I just encouraged
Oh,
it.
you encouraged it.
And I have no proof you're gay.
Look.
Oh,
Let me
my
just go on record
Here's
as
my-
saying
I'll
that.
give you my
He's not a
opinion.
gay
I don't-
guy.
I-
He's not a gay guy.
I'm never going to
First of
sue
all,
you because of it.
Teddy has inspired me. I have an announcement for Sirius. I can't do this job.
You're not professional.
I'm
Don't
not
you see, like, when he
professional.
says that to me, Howard, my heart breaks. Like, I want to go, Ted, no, you have to. Like, yesterday he goes, I don't know, I just want to, in life, I just want to make benefits. I mean, like, he just wants to make his health benefits. I feel.
Well, he's not super motivated in this area.
I
And
just-
look,
But what area are you super motivated
I
in?
don't know.
He hasn't found that area
I just want to
yet.
dance.
You want to dance?
If you could
Teddy,
dance,
I
that
like
would be
you,
great.
and I don't want to talk you out of a job, but I guess you've got to sit down.
I do need
Do you
to
have a
sit down.
dream?
Okay, can I say
Not
one more
really.
thing?
Not
Can
really?
I say one more
You
thing?
have no
I
dream?
just want to. I want to
Howard,
live
okay.
comfortably and be happy. I wanted to work for you when I came here. I
Can I
got
say
that.
one more
I've gotten
thing?
every goal I've aspired for. I've
That's a
reached.
shame.
He's such a fuck up that he's funny, and I love him. Like in a way, it's like so we go to the Playboy. Now, first of all, look at the perks he has.
Yeah, I was
In the
gonna say
last
a lot of
year,
perks.
in the last year, he's
Well, that
been,
part he's good at.
In the last year, he's been with me to South Beach twice.
Right.
I got him a room at this place, the Satay, this hotel down there.
Oh, my
Beautiful.
goodness.
Okay, so he has the run of places like Carnegie Hall Symphony Hall in Boston. He came with me to the Playboy Mansion.
Yeah.
We did, gigs in the Ritz-Carlton in Boston is where he stayed with me, and he's been all over the place.
He goes,
Super Bowl weekend in Las Vegas, a free room.
Maybe the problem is he's living above his means because he's living your lifestyle, and then he gets home and he's looking to buy motorcycles.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing too. Right. So now the other thing, I also trust him with my money, so he sees what I make.
Right.
Now I told him from the beginning. I said, Ted, listen, dude. You can't ever bring up in my face what I make. You can't bring it up based on what you make because that's a whole. So, and then one time in an argument, he was like, "Well, I don't make what you make, dude." I'm like, "Ted, that's not the issue here. You know, if you're gonna be like that, now I can't have you see the checks. It's weird."
Right.
So we go to the Playboy Mansion. I have to do stand up there. Now, Teddy goes into the Playboy Mansion. First time I lived in L.A. for 5 years, I never got in. So we walk in there, very, very stressful gig. I had to do stand-up in front of a group of people that were getting waited on by smoking hot waitresses, like the owner of the Lakers. No one's listening.
There's a lot to compete with.
But I got guaranteed a certain amount of money, so I had to stay on stage a certain amount of time. I stay on stage a certain amount of time, and then I have other friends coming to meet me who I invited. So there was stuff that needed to happen.
Right.
Teddy gets high. He smokes weed by the monkeys.
By the little zoo that
the little zoo, he disappeared. I don't even know
Did you smoke some weed down by the zoo?
Down by the zoo? Perhaps.
Okay, whatever. So, look, dude, it's weed, whatever. And he might have smoked it with another sort of B-list celebrity. But anyway.
All right.
But so it's like, so now he's high.
He can't be high when he's expected to be working.
I mean, right. So now he's like, hey, dude, we're at the Playboy Mansion. I'm like, well, you're working. Do you know how many other friends of mine would have come to get high at the Playboy Mansion? Yeah. I paid him to come get high.
But you don't understand. He was at the Playboy Mansion. You're supposed to get high.
Of course, that was his explanation. Like, that's what his explanation is to me.
No, Teddy, this work isn't for
Teddy,
you.
you're trying to get fired. That's what you're trying to do.
I don't know, but Teddy, you can't go on a gig where the guy's depending on you. And
I know. Well, I've gotten better. I mean, that was all in the beginning, and I was a real idiot.
No. Teddy, you know what a job is.
But no, now you'll see me on
that was all in the beginning. That was all in the beginning.
I mean, in the last bunch of gigs we've had, you said every gig, you're like, good job. It's got, I don't get
You didn't make it to Pittsburgh. You didn't make it to Pittsburgh.
Oh, that's my fault that the weather delayed a flight.
Get in the car and drive. That's what I did. What did I do?
They wouldn't let me off the plane. What am I supposed to do?
He's always got an excuse.
There's a lot of excuses.
But I mean,
yeah.
All right,
Teddy,
look. I don't even look. I don't know. I just wanted to be.
I want to hear the audio of Teddy is gay.
There's another great. There's another great Teddy.
Wait. Here's your.
What, on the YouTube?
Yeah, just bring up the Tower TV volume.
Very good.
Thank you. My shining moment, everybody.
That, by the way, is at Symphony Hall in Boston.
Right.
Well, you're big time.
But
you've arrived.
Again, and it's like, but I see like hot chicks come up to him and want his autograph. They want to take pictures with him, and he's got the run of Symphony Hall in Boston. And then, okay, we go to Boston. He's got a room at the Ritz-Carlton. He invites one of his dirtbag friends, who now lies to my cousins. God forbid this wasn't my little cousin because they'd be dead. But one of his friends comes, and my cousin goes to Boston University, so she's there with a gaggle of hot chicks. He tells one of my cousin's friends that he goes to Harvard and bangs her.
Oh, no.
The kid doesn't go to Harvard.
Right.
He bangs my cousin's friend, and I'm like, you know what? I don't know the girl that well. That's fine. And then Teddy's laughing about it. I'm like, I don't want to laugh with you about that. You're not my friend. It's so low rent.
Watch out. He's supposed to watch out.
It's so low rent.
Yeah, you got to take care of
I'm like, were you sure he wasn't wasn't telling my cousin
Teddy,
he went to Harvard?
I heard you told Tim, Jim, and Jason the wrong time for Artie's Caroline show, and they all missed the show.
Is that true?
Is that true?
Well, that was a big mess up with a lot. You know what? I tell everybody what time Artie's show starts at 8 o'clock. o'clock, and then everybody just wants to know what time Artie gets on.
I see.
Which in a way
so
is
usually it's a 2-hour show.
You don't
Caroline's changed it on me to a 90-minute show. So
they changed it on you again.
They changed it last second. I didn't know.
It's not your fault.
No, but I mean,
but you have to tell people, look, that is selfish of them. Like, look, fuck you. I don't care if you don't want to see. You want to know what time Artie's show is? You get there at 8, and if you got to sit through 2 other comics, it's not my problem. Tell them that. Artie's show starts at 8 o'clock. I don't need to know what your schedule is.
Right.
They don't want to sit through 2 other comedians.
Started, and I was the last. I'm sorry. The last thing in my mind was to call back Ross Zapin and Tim Sabian and say,
that was
by the way, Artie's going to be on half an hour
so
earlier.
in other words, you fell into this assistant's job. It started out as one thing. Now it's becoming more of a responsibility.
Yeah, it's becoming a huge
responsibility. Maybe it's time for you to decide whether or not this is something you really want.
But you see, Howard, again,
sit down with Artie
we're
and
having
figure it
fun
out.
talking about this. I really, genuinely don't think it's that big of a responsibility.
Well,
I
it is.
really don't.
It is.
To get a date right.
You're talking
to not get high at a gig.
For whatever reason, he's having a hard time with it.
Really?
He can't do it, whether it's a big deal or not.
To you, it's not a big deal.
He can't do it.
No, to me, it is a big deal. That's why I have.
No, I'm
not
saying
good
to you,
at this shit. I'm not.
Right, but he can't do it.
But like yesterday when he got the date wrong, I said, so now, Ted, he goes, wow, son of a gun, look at that. Yeah, I did. I pulled that up. He goes, what happens with a computer?
Son of a gun.
What happens with a computer? He goes, but Art, what happens with a computer sometimes? I'm like, I don't care what happens with a fucking computer.
Right,
what
the
do I care what happens?
computer's not the problem.
I mean, you know, and I said, so now, Ted, how are you helping me with this date? Do you want to do the gig?
Can you
I told you the date. Now we're reversing. Why don't you go do the gig now? Because I told you the date.
Could you not get high or drunk at Artie's gigs? Can we start with that?
Yeah.
All right, good. All right. Thank you. Listen, I need to move along, and thank you. I hope you guys work
He's
this
not
out.
fired. I don't want to fire. I really think we can work through this. I really do. I feel bad for the kid. I like him. He's a good guy.
I can see you have affection for him.
I do. I have a lot of affection for him. He's actually funny. I actually
Teddy, are you going to hang in there?
I think he'd be a better sort of comedy writer. I don't know.
I need help. I mean, I think that you have a team of people that work for you.
Assistant?
Maybe he can bring someone else in for a little help.
You see how Howard's life is more complicated than mine.
Right. You're a close second. I mean, you know,
I
you're
play
in
chess
here,
on the
man.
internet all day.
Yeah,
People
but
have to track me.
Howard has 3 children, and there's a lot going on.
Right. Okay, there's a lot going on.
He's running a big business here. I have gigs on the fucking road.
All right, Teddy, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you.
Ted,
Teddy,
you're a good kid, Teddy.
Yes, Howard TV.
Ted, so what's the deal now? Are you gonna resign?
I don't know what the deal is. I mean, I'm in there pleading for help, and
Artie seems willing to give it to you. He seems.
No, he's not. He's saying that he won't fire me and he won't give me help, so I have to somehow figure out how to do this by myself.
Well, that's just it. You've been given another chance, or you've been given a sort of a reprieve here.
Right, but I don't know. I'm telling him that it's not working. I need help. I need, you know, either I need to be able to focus all my time and energy on this, or he needs to bring in someone else part-time and have 2 part-time people doing 1 full-time job.
Why not revamp your approach, though? Why not take like a 2-week period where you do things completely differently and in a more organized way?
I don't know. I mean, I could try something like that, but it's tough because I'm always coming back. I mean, you got to remember, everything's coming back to this place, and first things first are my responsibilities here, and then, you know, I don't know. I have to just basically invent a whole new system for. I mean, what happened with the date was literally just a really bad, you know, misfortune,
right.
And an awful on the worst day possible. I mean, you know, that's it. Just the worst day possible. I don't know how that date got switched. And again, I just came off looking like, I mean, if you make the tiniest little mistake, it's this big when it reaches, you know.
Of course, but it seems as if he'd give you, you know, a free pass if your whole approach was more organized, and you've admitted that you're disorganized.
I'm just, look, I've had a system. I've tried different variations. Ultimately, it's impossible when I can't get through to him. I can't communicate with him. And weeks go by where I don't even talk to him. And then by that point, so much stuff gets backed up that I don't even know where to begin when I do get in touch with him. And you tell me, you know, someone has an ironclad system for that.
Right. No, there are difficulties.
You know,
I can see.
You give me an ironclad system for, you know, not speaking to someone who's got, you know, I need to talk to him every day. And I talk to him once a week, and if that.
Why not stop him here at the show?
He'll fall asleep for 36 hours. You've seen us in the hallway trying to. I try to bring him stuff, but it's not the best place for him to talk about stuff. He's, you know, been up since 4 a.m. He's exhausted, and then the show's going on, and it's hard to talk to him out here when we're trying to I'm trying to give him stuff that he has to pay attention to, and we're standing over 15 cupcakes. So
during his break,
look,
and it's
I don't have a meeting place after this. I can't see him right after the show because of the wrap-up show is starting, and I have to be there. So then by the time he gets home, he eats a little lunch, then he's asleep, because he's been up all morning, and then and then he ends up calling me late at night when he's up and I'm asleep.
So there's a lot of roadblocks.
So there's a lot of
roadblocks.
Guys, I want it to go well, and I just want everything to be fine, but I'm failing, and I'm telling you that I'm reaching out for help, and I'm not getting it. So.
Well, good luck, Ted.
All right, thank you.
Okay, sir.
Oh, God.